Hey everyone, it's Tracy back with another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cool backpack. I made a couple of these for my kids' teachers for Meet the Teacher Night. Okay, so what I want to tell you first is I'm also uploading a PDF file that'll have what you need to cut and score along with this video on my website. We're going to start by making the little flap and the front, and then I'll show you how to make the back. Okay, so let's start with the box at the front. What you need there, see a second, is I'm going to do one in real red this time. So you need a piece of paper, a piece of cardstock that is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, this is going to make the little box at the front. Alright, and what you're going to need to do here is score this. Now I'm scoring it on this side just because it's easier than trying to score on this side. So you need to score at 1/2 inch. So I've done it on this side, and then 1/4 inch. Okay? And then you want to flip it around and do the exact same thing. 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. And then you want to go lengthwise and you want to score it at 3 and again at 2 3/4. Okay? Then you need to take your pair of scissors and you need to cut, I hope you can see that, right to that line, and then cut this again so you kind of have a little flap right there, and then you're going to cut this whole thing right off. Okay, so like that. So we do the same on the other side. Cut that little flap, this little flap, so it's right there, and then cut I can't cut tonight. And cut. Okay? Then you're going to fold all those fold lines, okay? So I'm just creasing all that. Crease and crease. So you can see where this is going. You're going to make a little box that will fold just like this. So I'm going to go and take some sticky strip and put some right up this edge. And then some on this edge. I do recommend sticky strip. I've tried other tape and it does come apart. Sticky strip, it will not come apart. Okay, so I'm just going to peel away these. Maybe. There we go. Okay, now I tuck in these flaps. Okay, this is hard, but you have to get the idea. Okay, and we do the same to this side. I know it's very, very small and sometimes hard to... There we go. Okay, so you see how that's going to become that little pocket. Okay, now let's do the flap for that pocket. And the flap for that pocket will need a piece of the same colored cardstock, and this one is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2, and you're going to take this and score it the lengthwise at 1 3/4 and then 1 1/2. Okay, so you kind of have this little step. Now what I'm going to do, just to make this a little bit fancier, is I'm going to corner around the front. And what I've done is I've taken a piece of decorative cardstock, and I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to round those corners as well. Okay, and I've already put tape on here. on here. So the designer series paper for that is 3 1/4 by 2 1/2, so it's just a little bit shy of what the actual cardstock is. Then I'm going to just stick this back in and score where I was supposed to, 1 3/4 and 1 1/2. So it's all nice and scored. So what's going to happen is this is going to go on the back so that you have a flap. Okay, so let me just, I'm going to put some tape and again sticky strip on this part. That off. Then I'm just going to put that down and put this on top of it, lining it up. Okay, so there's the little front box. Now I'm going to put a little button on this front. Grab the button here. What you do is just put a little bit of tape, put a button right there. And then I've also gotten some Velcro. I just got this at the dollar store or Walmart. So it's a little Velcro piece. I'm going to put one on this side and put the other right on it and then close it so we know exactly where it goes. Okay, so that just opens up our little part of the backpack. Okay, next we're going to work on the big flap. And for that one, you need a piece of cardstock that is 3 1/2 by 4. And then the designer paper is just a little bit less than that, 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. So let's corner round those. Doing it on 2 sides. And the same 2 sides on this. I'm going to put that on there this time instead of doing it second. Okay, and then we need to score that. So for this one, again, it's 1 3/4 and 1 1/2. Okay, and then just fold that. So that's going to be your top flap. So now let's get into actually making the backpack.